What is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video, and it's that time of the month again where we take a look at DSP Gaming and DSP React. We take a look at the business, we take a look at the liquidity of the business, and we also take a look at how the channel is doing from a views perspective, because we all know DSP is now Mr. Views. So typically what I do is I take a look at the tips and super chats for the month and then compare it month over the month. And then I also go to Social Blade and take a look at the monthly view total for both channels. So again, this is both DSP React and DSP Gaming, being that Phil branched off a portion of his content this year to DSP Reacts. It's essentially all the same content, so we're going to take both. We're going to take a look at both as a whole. And of course, I've stated all year that DSP Reacts is a waste of a channel. It's essentially just siphoning off support views from DSP Gaming and actually hurting DSP Gaming. But of course, Phil hasn't realized that yet. I guess he's waiting to dip below 50 members for that channel. It hasn't really panned out for him. I think he honestly thought that he was going to be able to mirror his membership from DSP Gaming to DSP React. So if he had 400 to 500 members on DSP React, he was hoping to get between 300 and 400 members to support DSP. If he has 400 to 500 members on DSP Gaming, he was hoping that that would cross over into DSP React, and at least 300 or 400 dents would actually pay for a React channel membership, and it just hasn't panned out. He broke 100 once, and then, you know, ever since that, it's just been dropping and dropping because there's no real content there. You know, there's nothing there to support a membership. So let's take a look at June, the finances for June, and then look at the views, and then we'll compare it to June. And spoiler alert, yes, there has been another dip. Okay. So again, this is tips and super chats. So for the month of June, Phil pulled in $5,749 in tips, and he pulled in $1,944 for super chats. Now, if we take a look at his views again from this is the data from Social Blade that just came available today. DSP Gaming pulled in 580,000 views. Oof, that is rough. For a channel with over almost 100,000 videos and 203,000 members, that's bad. That's sad. Those are numbers that small channels bring in. So yeah, it's not getting any better. And I think I mentioned this before. His high was about 1 million members, and that was probably maybe about a year and a half ago, 2 years. And ever since that, it's just been a steep decline in viewership. So he's halved his views in under a year. In under about a year, he's halved his views. I know for 2022, he was hovering between 600,000 and 700,000, and it's just dipped under 600K for DSP Gaming. And some of that is a tribute, of course, to him moving some of his content over to DSP Reacts. As you can see here, for DSP Reacts, he only received 68,000 views. 68,000 views. And this is an old legacy channel. This is if you remember, this was what, DSP Vlogs or whatever, so he had a member base there. I know he hasn't used it in a while, but you would think that people would go and support his old videos. I mean, he gets a good amount of his current views from old videos. So you would think the same would apply to DSP Reacts, but it doesn't. 68,000 views is just garbage. I think at his max when he first started in February, I think he had about 90,000 to 100,000. So it's just progressively dipped each month. So that gives him a grand total of 648,000, which is lower than last year. Like again, last year he was hovering between like 650 to 700,000. So he's even dipped below that. So he's at 648,000 views for DSP Gaming for the month of June. Now let's take a look at May, the previous month, which he had a really good month, of course, with Street Fighter and the whales coming out. And his that special event where, you know, Jinx dropped like $1,300, which was ridiculous. But anyway, as you can see here, Phil pulled in May $6,864 for tips, $2,377 for super chats. So that was a really good month for Phil. It really helped him, help the business tremendously in May. But you know, we all know that money's that money's been long gone. And again, that's just shit tips and super chats. I'm not counting memberships. I'm not including ad revenue. So Phil did pretty well for himself in May. So let's look at the views. So for DSP Gaming in May, he did 597,000, which is about 10,000. No, let's see. It's about, it's about 17,000 more views in May compared to what he did in June. And then for DSP Reacts, 90,000. So he's dipped, for DSP Reacts, he's dipped almost 30,000 views in a month. So his grand total here was, it was, let's see, was it a little bit more? Yeah, it was more. It was 687,000. So if you compare May to June, Phil dipped about 30,000 views, which, I mean, that's bad. That's bad. I mean, his numbers are crap to begin with. His view numbers are crap. And I don't care what you say, views do matter, especially when it comes to YouTube and the algorithm. Views do help push your videos along. It pushes it more than anything else. It pushes it more than engagement. It pushes it more than likes. Views. If you have a video, or if you're consistently having 20,000 views on videos, right, and you're getting, say, maybe 100 likes, you compare that to someone that may be getting 300 likes but only getting 5,000 views. That channel that has that 20,000 view video is going to be recommended and seen more, and yes, you'll be getting more ad revenue. So don't let anyone fool you when it says views don't matter. Views do matter. It's a good indication of how your channel is doing. And as we can see, Phil's not doing well. June was pretty bad, and July is going to be even worse because the Street Fighter money is going to kind of dry up. You know, he's been playing it for a month, and I don't see him extending, I don't see him milking it anymore in July. I mean, you will get your dents like Jinx and so on that will drop some money, but it's going to get lame, and there's no real big games coming out in July. So, you know, he'll still be stuck playing Diablo, Final Fantasy, and maybe Zelda. So July doesn't look good. So I can't wait to see what he pulls in for July. He may have an aneurysm if it dips below what he's currently getting now. So, and you heard it. He mentioned it for the last week or so that his YouTube check is going to be extra small this month or in July because he didn't get the memberships. He didn't get the super chats. Excuse me. The super chats. That was significantly low, so his check is going to be lower than it was in July. And of course, Pig Roach lives, tip to tip, and when he gets a nice check, like say in May, he expects that going forward. So he changes his lifestyle based on how much how good of a month he had, and then instead of modifying it when the month isn't good, he just continues spending the way he does and expects his dents to come in and fill the gap. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Yep, I've had discussions with several people about this, and I really think that he's gonna close DSP React down, roll everything back up to DSP Gaming, and then what he might try to do is he might replace DSP React with DSP Classics. So what he'll hope for there is ad revenue, people watching that crap, which nobody will. And maybe memberships. He may try to pull, pay for a membership so you can see my classic playthroughs. That's not going to work either. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.